So, I watch a lot of horror movies, and I know that that might surprise you because I have both the personality and the hair of Tweek Tweak from South Park. Okay, I do want to clarify that when I say I enjoy horror movies, I enjoy most horror movies. I like psychological horror, but I also like slasher, but I'm not as much into the whole gore for the sake of gore thing. So like the Saw series, for example, I was never a big fan of that. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be a horror elitist, because I know people that are like, I only watch psychological horror. Jump scares are so cheap, which is fine. Like, if you don't like jump scares, you don't like jump scares. I do. However, I do have one opinion that people might consider controversial, and that's this. I think that things are scarier when they're real. And I know at this point you're probably like, yeah, of course things are scarier when they're real. What are you talking about? But listen. I know a bunch of people who love true crime but just can't sit through a horror movie. What? One of my best friends, so her dad does autopsies, and he brings her to work sometimes because, you know, life. But she's seen dead bodies. One of the early, like when we met when we were in 4th grade, and one of the things she told me when she was in 4th grade is, because at like a show and tell thing, she was like, this weekend I saw a half of a head at my dad's job. She could not sit through the Scream series with me. You know the Scream series? The horror comedy? That was too much for her. But the half head thing, she's fine. I talked to her about it when I was writing the script for this video. I was like, hey, is it okay if I mention this? And one of the details that she mentioned to me that she had left out when she was originally telling the story was that she was like, honestly, the worst thing about seeing half of a human head is the smell. No, oh my god, like, just the thought of that is, like, giving me the creeps. Like, I just cannot deal. I also have another friend who brought her, I remember we were going to, like, a haunted house, and she cried when we were going through the haunted house, which, again, is fine. I think I deal with, like, haunted houses and horror movies better than some other people. Same girl saw a video of a man getting skinned alive. Said, like, some dude showed it to her. And she doesn't have PTSD. But the people dressed as zombies that grabbed her by the shoulder, that's what did it. There is a line. I don't get immediately affected by the movies I watch. Like, I don't tend to get nightmares. I can usually, like, sometimes I'll get spooked out. I think everyone does. Like, I'll hear a loud noise and I'll be like, that's definitely a murder, but I'm fine. But instead of, like, having nightmares, I've, like, reorganized my entire life so as to not get affected by, like, horror movie stuff. It's healthy. So I'm going to share the 2 main things that I do to prevent myself from getting murdered by a serial killer. Number 1, I always answer unknown calls. Listen, I know that most calls are spam, and I also know that by picking up the phone and, like, talking into it, that means that they know that it's a live number, and so they'll keep calling me more. And yes, I do get a lot of spam calls, but that is not the point. The point is that I have friends that have told me, like, no, don't pick up unknown calls. What if it's a murderer? Good. That's why I pick up phone calls. So let's imagine that a serial killer is calling me because they want to, like, freak me out, right? Like, we're in the creepy horror movie situation. They're gonna whisper some ghost crap like, I'm going to kill you. Good. Thank you for letting me know. Do you think that they would change their mind if I didn't pick up the phone? Do you think they're just ringing every phone number they can until someone picks up and then they're like, I'm going to murder them? No. If somebody is calling me with the intention to murder me, they're probably going to try to murder me regardless. In the words of Sherlock Holmes, any truth is better than indefinite doubt. That phone call is the truth, and by not picking it up, there is indefinite doubt. My logic is flawless. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. 2, I leave my doors open. No, I don't mean the front door. Things like my closet or the shower curtain or... Honestly, after saying that out loud, I keep the shower curtain and the closet door open most of the time. And you know in horror movies when like the killer is like hiding in like the closet and they open the door and they jump out at you? Absolutely not. Nope, I don't like that. I have remedied the situation by not closing my closet door. So when I walk into my bedroom, I can immediately see if the door is closed. How does that help me? I'm glad you ask. Because if the door is closed, that means that someone is hiding in it because I left it open, and so I will leave. Same thing with the shower curtain. When I walk into the bathroom, the shower curtain is open, and I can see inside of it, so I know nobody's hiding there. And if the shower curtain is closed, that means there is someone hiding in there. It could not possibly mean that I closed it by accident one day and then forgot about it. It has to be someone in there, which means I go outside and I burn my house down. Okay, maybe I do get affected by horror movies more than I thought. But, in the words of Joseph Heller, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Bye!